What is up? What is up? What is up? How is everybody? How are you? Today is Sunday, week 10 of the NFL. Welcome into the SWEATBOX. I'm your host, Rex Byers. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Sunday. Is NFL action well underway? As a matter of fact, they've already played a game. In Berlin, in front of 71,000, the Indianapolis Colts beat Atlanta 31 to 25 in overtime. That game fell 6, which was a bad number for many. I'm actually going to ask somebody else. Um, One of my friends that runs a sports book out here in town. I think that 6 is. A bad result. Colts have outgained the Falcons by a ton. It was a simple game. I mean, the bottom line is just give the ball to the running back and stay out of the way. And if the had the had the Falcons bothered to do that, they might have won the game in regulation. The other team kept giving the ball to them and giving them a million chances. And in the end, it was not the way that it went down. So I've got, because the Raiders played on Thursday, I've got 2 games on my fast feed today. One of them is New England at Tampa Bay. And the Patriots kicked off. The Bucks have scored a touchdown to Mecca Ibuka. Great execution from Mayfield. 11:23 to go in the first. Tampa Bay 7-0. They are the first team to find the paint today. The other game that I also had on the fast feed is the Giants at Chicago, and that's on Fox. And the Bears on 4th and 4 have thrown to the end zone. DJ Moore catches it, but I think he's out of bounds. And the Giants will get a stop on downs. 12:13 to go in the first. Giants take over. Caleb Williams' pass to Moore was caught, but he got neither foot in bounds. So that'll be that. Let's go over the coin tosses and the first half numbers in these early games to get you up to speed there. Again, Colts 31-25 winner over Atlanta. The Colts do not cover the 6.5s, but there were a lot of 6s out there for a good part of the week. And I think it even opened higher than that. A lot of 7. So Colts didn't cover most numbers. Certainly you would have had to have them in teasers or money line parlays to cash anything significant. Let's see. Let's start with the top of the board rotation-wise. Cleveland and the New York Jets. This game is at the Meadowlands. Game closed. Cleveland 1.5 and some 2 on top. Again, the Jets traded 2 of their best or most prolific defensive players away this week to the Cowboys and the Colts, respectively. And the line flipped. The Jets were a small favorite, and it went back the other way. Cleveland and the Jets in the Meadowlands. The Jets did kick off. First half line was basically a half on top, dog money or a half flat, total 17.5. Game 37.5. Cleveland 1.5 on top. Again, for halftime purposes, the Jets did kick in that game. That's a CBS game. Next, New Orleans and Carolina. That's on Fox. New Orleans did kick in this game. Carolina 5.5 and 38.5. The closing price. First half 3 and 19.5. Carolina has lost. They haven't been a betting favorite very often. This year, as a matter of fact, they're 5-4 and have been the underdog in all 9 games. They've lost their last 8, I think, as betting favorites. We got a field goal from the Jags from 55. That's little. He's got a monster leg. You saw that last week out here when he had a 68-yarder against the Raiders. There is a flag. The field goal was good. Hang tight. Let's see if anything happens there that I should know about. That actually won the game last week. He made it right before the half. The Jags couldn't score. Personal foul against the Texans and necessary roughness. That's going to be an automatic first down. So those points come off the board. Tough beat if you're a fantasy football player. Looks like the Jets have punted it down inside the 5. Lots of congratulations. And then Cleveland still has the ball, so I'm thinking that's what happened. It was a good punt. 11:36 to go at the Meadowlands. No score there. So it's a leverage play? I hate that. I don't even hate the fact that they called it. It's not. It's a penalty. I just hate the penalty in itself. It's just a stupid play, and even worse, it's a 15-yard penalty, and he didn't do a whole lot to him. The flakes are flying on the lake, right off Lake Michigan. Bears Giants. We have some snow. Hasn't affected the game yet, obviously. Skies look rather ominous in Tampa as well. Certainly not sunny today down there. Okay. Let us proceed here. Through these early games, Carolina, New Orleans again. We've got to Buffalo, Miami. This game is on CBS. Looks like the Dolphins. The Bills punted on 4th and 1, and the Dolphins fair catch it at like the 4. I don't even understand either one of those things. I don't understand guys that drive 1996 Nissan Sentras that drive like that either, but that's a whole nother story. Assuming you guys heard that guy marauding his way down Las Vegas Boulevard. What's happening here? Big play for the Vikings. Naylor, a catch from McCarthy, and the Vikings 1st and goal. They have to call a timeout. They kind of screwed things up down there. Or so I thought. My feed's way behind, if that's the case. The Red Zone channel feed shows that Aaron Jones gets the ball and runs it right in. So touchdown Vikings. McCarthy 3 for 4 for 76 yards on that drive, and they take a 6-0 lead. 9:46 to go. Let's hit the old reverse. The mix. DJ mixing skills in play here. Let's go back. So Carolina's on the board against the Saints. 6-0, 7:59 to go in the first. Their point pending. Buffalo and the Dolphins. Buffalo did kick in this game, so there's been 3 punts there. 12:16 to go in the first. Is it possible that there's 3 punts? No, 2 punts. Okay. Okay. Yeah, each team's punted so far. Dolphins inside their own 5 here. Bills closed 8-9, depending. A lot of the offshore places that are not really too teaser friendly, or that aren't, sorry, the places in town that, well, let me see if I can get this right. The non-teaser friendly places offshore that don't like to sell teasers cheap, we're using this game higher because the numbers are about dead. Rico Dowdle, the touchdown for Carolina, by the way, at the 7:59 mark. So you saw some 8s. It's Circa, Westgate, 8.5 South Point, but a lot of the offshore places were 9s to try to discourage Buffalo teaser play. I can't say for once I blame them, and I actually like the Dolphins in this game to cover the number, but I can't say that I blame them for the Bills trying to win to leave that out. Jags do end up with a field goal, or do they not? I don't know. There's a commercial in that game now. I know there was a penalty that took the field goal off the board, so I'll have to wait till they come back. Let's hang tight there. 259, 260, the game in Houston. The Jags did kick off. This game was another one that flipped favorites. Jags were the favorite earlier. Houston was the favorite earlier in the week, and it closed Houston the favorite as well, or pick 'em. 37.5 the total. these two AFC South teams could have used some help from the Falcons today in Berlin against the Colts. They did not get it, unfortunately. The winner of this one at least puts themselves in a position to be a potential wild card team. The loser has an uphill road to climb. I think these teams have already played each other once this year. Baltimore, Minnesota. We went over that one briefly. Ravens close 4-point favorite, 49.5. Vikings did kick, so they got to stop and got the ball back, took it right down and scored. Ravens were a 3-point first half favorite, some 3.5 out there at Caesars, 24.5. They're up against Vikings up 7-0. 9:46 left in the first. Tampa scored first to Egbuka against the Patriots. 8:22 to go in the first. There's a commercial there. I'm not sure where we got to at this point. Tampa 2.5, 48. Tampa a big play for me, but I'm sure you guys have heard the same shit every week about me being against the Patriots. It hasn't worked out too good on the road, especially. Patriots have played 4 times away from home, and they've won them all and covered in all. This time they punt. That's what it looks like. So 4th and 10, they'll kick it away. 7-2 Patriots against the 6-2 Bucks. Bucks off the bye here. Let's see. Giants, Bears again. Snowing on Lake Michigan. The last of the 7 games here that I haven't got to price-wise. Bears, 4.5 and 46. There is some 46.5 that the Giants did kick. And this is a fast feed for me on Fox. So the last 2 games in rotation order, 263 and 265, I've got fast feeds on. We'll be ahead of you guys. The other 5 on a delay to an extent. Let's see. The teams that kicked, if you want to chart this for yourself. Vikings, Bills. Well, let me do it in rotation order here. Sorry, I'm working off 3 different sheets. First time I've worked off one of the William Hill sheets this year, and that was a colossal blunder on my part. Putting in my contest place and picking up a sheet there was something I'll never do again to work off here on the stream. You live and you learn, right? Cleveland and the Jets. The Jets kicked. New Orleans and Carolina. The Saints kicked. Buffalo and Miami. The Bills kicked. Jacksonville, Houston. The Jags kicked. Baltimore, Minnesota. The Vikings kicked. New England and Tampa Bay. The Patriots kicked. And the G-Men and Chicago. The Giants kicked. Bears have it back around midfield. Williams at the 47. First down passes incomplete. Running back dropped it. 9:15 to go. 2nd and 10 at the Giants 47. Cleveland has it 2nd and 10. Working from deep in their own territory, I believe. Jesus. For a few seconds there, I was very fortunate to have all my TVs are the same size except for the middle one. It's a little bigger than the others. That's the game that I've got Tampa Bay and the Patriots. And let's just say it had nothing to do with football, but I'm very happy to have reported that that game was on the middle TV for a couple seconds. That was something else. You guys will see it in a second if you've got it as well. You're on a delay a little behind me as they come out of the commercial. 3rd and 4 for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson's complete out to the 44 to Andrews, and they'll move the sticks. Jacksonville's drive continues with a 3-0 lead. 2nd and 7 here for them. The Jags 5-3 against the 3-5 Texans. I think the Jags already beaten them once, so this would put a real damper on Houston's chances to make the playoffs, and that would be a shame given how good their defense is. But today's NFL, you got to be able to score and do things on offense, and they refuse to have been able to do them most of the season. Let's see what's happening here. Browns on the move. They have it at the Jets 12. Clock moving, 7:20 to go in the first quarter. There's a running play down to the 9. Bears first down at the 41 of the Giants. There must have been a defensive penalty because that was not enough yards from where they started the drive, where they had the ball at the 47. Here's a run. Give them 2 yards maybe. Clock moving, 8:16 to go. Dolphins have a guy open. First down for them. Out past their own 30. Achane the catch. Not sure how the Bills missed this one. And I'm breaking the news late here, but the Browns are in. That's Njoku, the tight end. 6:34 to go in the first. Cleveland takes the lead over the Jets in a game that all the players want to win, but I'm not sure either one of their front offices do. Give them some truth serum, and you'll find out soon enough. Certainly, the Jets have already punted on the season. By doing that, then you would rather lose one of these games. Jets are 1-7, Cleveland 2-6, I believe. One of the guys I talked to about that game just got back to me and says he break even to the game instead of winning about 20. And that sounds right. I mean, the bottom line is, and the worst part is not only they break even the books in that game for them, is that now you got money line parlays and teasers that are underway. Texans can't get a whole lot worse for them than it has at this point. Trevor Lawrence has taken the Jaguars down the field and rammed it in this time. So after the field goal got taken off, they got one the last time. This time, he throws in a double coverage complete for a touchdown to Washington. Yeah, Jacksonville. Parker Washington makes the catch from about 7 yards out. Jacksonville now, after the point, will lead Houston 10-0. That's a really nice play. I don't think the throw was well advised, especially against Houston's defense, but it was a spectacular catch. 10-0, 8:17 to go in the first. Jags trying to put a stranglehold on their spot in the AFC South and really put a damper on Houston's playoff chances. You got New Orleans with the receiver wide open, and no matter how much I think that Tyler Shuff's a joke, he couldn't miss him. First down, Saints. They're moving into Carolina territory here. They actually have it's goal to go here. I didn't see what happened to get them all the way down here to the dick line. It's second and goal at about the 3. They're going to try to run it again 2 times in a row. Nothing this time. It'll be third and goal to 3. 3.5 to go. Clock moving there. Bears first and goal at the 8. They run it, and they run it in, I think. This is going to be a touchdown. Let's confirm that. It is. Kyle Monangi, 25 for the Bears. Bangs it right in. 5:40 to go in the first, and the Bears have taken the lead 6-0 at home against the G-Men. Bucks 4th and 7 at their own 41, up 7-0 against New England, and they are punting. This ball's caught at the 5, and he falls down at the 6. 6:02, New England takes over there. Those are the 2 games at the bottom of the rotation that I have on a live feed that I'm ahead of on the SWEATBOX for you guys. I'd be glad to report first. The other 5 I'm watching, not the same feed and certainly behind a little bit. 9 plays, 95 yards, 5:02 on that Cleveland touchdown drive. They lead 7-0 over the Jets. A dream start for the Browns in this game. And like I say, I don't know what you're going to get at the Jets. It could have gone one of 2 ways. The Jets trading their 2 best defensive players could work out bad, or they could put them in a galvanizing spot and say, okay, screw the front office. Let's go out and play our best game of the year. And we got a kickoff. It's through the hole, and I think he's going to go. If there are no flags, the Jets are going to tie this game on a kickoff return. This is 95, 100 yards. Kenny Nwangwu and the Jets, no flag, 7-6. 6:21 to go in the first. All I had to do was talk a little shit about them. Like I said, the us against the world mentality creeps in, at least on the special teams. Good hole, but even better piece of running. He got through what really I saw. Like the angle they showed on the live feed on CBS was from field level and the end zone that he was coming into, so you could see him coming at you. When they showed the all 22 angle, which is what they show on these extra points and stuff, like it showed all the weaving and bobbing that he did. Really impressive stuff. The Dolphins have banged it in against the Bills. Malik Washington, a touchdown pass, and they now take the lead at home. 4:49 to go in the first over Josh Allen and the Bills. 6-2 against 2-7 here. Washington's touchdown, his second catch of the season for a touchdown. Miami, 7-0 over Buffalo. So a couple of dynamic plays here. Now, every fucking game's in a commercial. We did have a field goal from Tyler Loop for the Ravens that has cut the Vikings lead to 7-3. That's at 4:25 to go in the first. 44-yarder there. So let's get you up to speed on the scores right quick. And a reminder on the kicks for those of you joining me late here on the SWEATBOX. Cleveland Jets, 7-all, 6:21 to go in the first. Cleveland closed 2-point favorite, 37.5. Carolina 7-3 over the Saints, 2:52 to go in the first. Saints 5.5, 38.5 at close. Dolphins 7-0, 4:49 to go in the first. Again, home against Buffalo. Bills 8-9, depending on teaser tolerance there, 50 the total. 10-0 Jacksonville at Houston, midway through the first quarter. Pick and 1 on the bottom. That game flipped favorites throughout the week, 37.5. The closing total went way down. Baltimore, Minnesota, 7-3 Vikings, 4:10 to go in the first in Minneapolis. Ravens closed 4-49. Bucks 7-0. They score on their first drive against the Patsies. New England ball, 6:02 to go in the first, 2.5 and 48 the total there. Bears just found the paint. They lead 7-0 over the G-Men, 5:40 to go at Soldier Field. 4.5, 46, 46.5 the closing prices. The teams that kicked off in these games, one more time for your chart for second half purposes. The Jets kicked off to the Browns. The Saints kicked off to Carolina. The Saints did settle for a field goal there, by the way. I think I did a bad job of closing that up. They got first and goal to 3 and couldn't find their way in from there. Buffalo and the Dolphins, we had the Bills kick there. Jacksonville and Houston, the Jags kicked. Baltimore, Minnesota. The Vikings kicked. New England and Tampa Bay. The Patriots kicked. And G-Men, Bears, G-Men kicked. So you've got all that from these 7 games. The earlier final in Berlin at Olympic Stadion. The Colts beat Atlanta 31-25 in overtime. Do not cover any of the numbers at close, but they do push some 6.5s, 48.5. The late field goal by the Colts to get it to 25 all sent it over the total. And so that's where we stand so far on this Sunday. The late schedule, there are 3 games in the 4:05, 4:25 window. Arizona at Seattle, Detroit at Washington, Rams at San Francisco. I have strong opinions on 2 of them. I like Arizona a lot, +7, and I like San Francisco a lot, +6. I think both teams can win the game outright. So the 2 NFC West dogs today are the 2 games I'll be watching most closely. I will not be doing that with you guys. SWEATBOX doing some maintenance, technical repairs in the late window today. Looking forward to getting ready to try to bump this thing up, boost it to where we can have an actual stream that is able to be something that I can do and not be a hobby, but an actual way to earn. And the only way that's going to happen is by doing some stuff on the back end that makes it look nice and pretty, so I can tell the world about this and make a good first impression to everybody. Those of you who are watching it before I've done all that, peace and love. Appreciate your all's friendship and support. We are a half hour into today's SWEATBOX. I'm Rex Byers, your host. Thanks for checking it out. Giants at their own 30, third and a mile, fourth and a mile. They'll punt. Looks like they have a receiver for the Texans who's had a hand injury and probably done, or at least for now done. The Dolphins have ran 15 plays. The Bills went 3 and out on their first drive. Start of the game could not go better for Miami. Let's see how they follow it up here. A stop to consolidate that opening touchdown would be a huge deal for them. Second down Bills, they have it out near the 40, second short. Cook, a nice carry on first down. What's happening with the Vikings? There's a commercial. There was trying to be something. Quarterback for the Vikings was trying to give the defensive back for the Ravens like a high five or a handshake. And the guy shook his head and like, no, get your hand out of my face. Okay. No points have been scored. I take it back. I'm fake news. The Jets. What do we have here? A pick six by Gabriel? I don't even know what's happened. No, it's going to be. Is it going to be another return? The scoreboard's updated me to tell me the Jets are up 13-7 with 5:45 to go. That tells me it might be a punt return. So the Browns took it right down the field, looked so impressive in doing so. Now the Jets run a kickoff back for a touchdown. The Browns go 3 and out. Let's see what happens here. Punt. Caught at the 26. Flag. He gone. He gone. Is it the same guy? It is. It's the same guy. Nuwaku or whatever. I got 2 TVs on that game because this is Williams. Because I got one of these TVs always cuts out, and I can't get to it remote. I can't get to the remote. Hang on. Let me listen to what an NFL Red Zone guy says. So it's Williams this time. Holdings against Cleveland. So the Jets have 2 returns for touchdowns. Jesus Christ. Oh, the factory of sadness. Oh, boy. Cleveland. 2 touchdowns on returns in the first 9 minutes and 15 seconds. They lead the Jets. They lead the Browns. The Jets lead the Browns. I'll get this right. 14-7. They have a different kickoff return than they do a punt return. I would have let the guy that ran the kickoff back go back and get the punt too. He's on fire. Why not? I got that one wrong. That punt return was actually quite simple. He made one guy miss kind of early, and that was it. He gone. Okay. Bills on 3rd and 12. Throw for about 11 right at midfield. This is Knox who catches it, and they're close enough now they'll probably go for it here. 1:50 to go in the first quarter. Time moving. Delay of game? Did that what happened? Timeout. Dolphins call timeout. That's their second already this happened. 1:22 left. Our favorite drug dealer, Mike McDaniel, calls a timeout. Once again, dressed impeccably today for those who believe that that could be a secondary profession. Wow. What a punt by the Panthers. 47 seconds to go in the first, and the Saints will start at their own 2, trailing 7-3. 5-4 Panthers trying to get a little closer to Tampa Bay in that NFC South. End of 1 in Minneapolis. The Vikings lead Baltimore 7-3. The Ravens ran a play there, a screen, a throwback to Henry. I'm not lying. I swear to the Vikings, if he didn't know any better, had like 21 guys on the field. They were in his face when he threw it, and they were in Henry's face when he caught it. Just one of those Sometimes whatever play you're running, it just isn't going to work. Uh-oh. Safety? Nope. No safety. Ravens will have to punt it back to the Vikings after the timeout at the end of the quarter. Jackson 6 for 9, 36 yards. 7-3 Minnesota. Minnesota, I believe, 4-4. The Ravens 3-5. It's funny, if McCarthy plays as well as he can play, I think these are two of the better 8 or 9 teams in the league. So obviously the power rating for the Ravens is through the roof high, and they obviously played a gauntlet of a schedule early, and now it lets up for them the rest of the year mostly. Let's see what's happening here. 2nd and 10. Baker Mayfield working from his own 23. 1:45 to go in the quarter. Bucks wearing white tops with their gold-ish pants, dark gold, old gold, whatever you want to call that color. White works his way for a 7-yard gain on something that looked dead on arrival. Patriots blue on blue today. 7-2 against 6-2. Into the first quarter, it looks like the NFL games, all of them on both Fox and NBC, are showing a memoriam to Paul Tagliabue, the commissioner of the league, after Pete Rozelle. So during a key part of when the league got pretty popular, I think he passed away today. I want to say he was 81. Don't quote me on that. If you're watching any local feeds or you see something somewhere, surely they'll announce it. You'll see it at the end of the first quarter. It looks like that's when they're making time for that little presentation. Bears punt it into the end zone. 40 seconds left against the Giants. 7-0 the Bears lead. Jackson Dart comes back to work. After the touchback. (10-0) Jacksonville leads Houston. 2:25 to go in the first. Tommy Townsend out to do some more work today. He's been about as busy as anybody for the Texans. They went backwards after getting it, I won't say into Fairbairn range, but close to it. Unfortunately, Fairbairn's not playing. He's out injured. So I'm not sure what Houston's backup option is a kicker, but certainly Jags start now at their own 29. 2:05 to go in the first. They lead Houston 10-0. And a score here would be almost a death blow, a knockout knell to a team that can't score points. Dan Marino in attendance today in Miami Gardens. The Dolphins up 7-0. They take over at midfield after the stop. 1st and 10, 1:15 to go. Tua zings one in there, complete, first down. And they're in field goal range, minute to go in the first, clock moving. Patriots get a stop and then promptly hold on the punt. And so they will start at their own 28. 11 seconds to go in the first. Jalen Waddle with the catch from Tua the last time. Rumor mill came out. Jalen Waddle actually was going to command first-round pick, and they almost pulled the trigger for him. I think it was Buffalo that wanted him. I just don't think that the Dolphins had the balls to pull that trade in the middle of the season to a division foe. And the Patriots are in. Last play of the quarter. This is a touchdown from Drake May to Kyle Williams. 72 yards. If you had Tampa in the first quarter, that's a tough beat. Robert Kraft, he likes it down in Florida for reasons that if you know, you know. Yeah, May was hit when he threw. The defensive back for the Bucks gambled, missed, and Williams takes it to the paint. And he's in. The Patriots will kick an extra point to tie this thing at 7 at the end of the first quarter. Yeah, Tagliabue was before Goodell, and he was there for 17 years. Dies at 84. Jonathan Taylor ran for 244 yards. One of those came on an 83-yard touchdown run. That was the longest rushing play in the NFL this season. 3rd and 18 Browns. They'll have to punt it after about a 14-yard gain. 2:43 to go. We've reached the end of the quarter in Chicago. Slayton with an incredible catch for the Giants. Puts them out past midfield. They're down 7-0. Trevor Lawrence complete out to the 35 for Jacksonville. Clock inside of 2 minutes there. The Saints were able to avoid that safety, but they punted. The Panthers have it around midfield. The Saints did pretty good on that exchange, to be honest, given where they were backed up to. 7-3, 14:28 to go in the second. We have an injury timeout there. 3rd and 9 for Carolina. Los Delfinos? I didn't see it, but I see 13-0. It's going to be on the first play of the second quarter, I guess. We're still in the commercial break on the TV feed that I have, which is behind. Again, the two games that I'm ahead of you guys on, New England, Tampa Bay, which is on CBS, and Giants, Chicago, which is on my local Fox out here in Las Vegas. Both games on the antenna. The other 5 are on the stream and on a delay. We'll see what happens here in a second, I guess. Andrew Catalon, Jason McCourty, Charles Davis on the call. A.J. Ross on the sideline. 2nd and 11 for the Dolphins to start the second quarter at the Buffalo 38. Tua play fake. He took his shot, one-on-one coverage. Had a man, and he caught it. And that's it. There is a flag as well. It's Waddle. So the Dolphins, 13-0, point pending. They gave Buffalo hell up there earlier this year, too. Sometimes teams just match up good with other teams. It's hard to explain it. I'll say one thing about this is my last comment because I love the Dolphins today. There's something to be said for a guy or the team, despite all possibilities that may or may not play, may or may not play hard based on how things go, or may or may not like the coach. The fact the Dolphins keep showing up for work every week, I think there's something to be said to that for the coaching staff, and the front office. As much as people want to crucify them and bury them, they're clearly not talent-wise without players that can play. I mean, there are some results they've had this year, particularly the game in Atlanta, that defy logic when you look at some of the other results, particularly the one at Indianapolis. But they haven't quit. I think there's something to be said for the coaches in the front office when you talk about that. The extra point for the Dolphins, no good. 13-0 Miami, 14:52 to go in the second. That's our first shocker of the day. To this point, long way to go. Vikings have kicked a field goal against the Ravens after having a short field. 10:56 to go in Minneapolis. They lead at 10-3. That's one that you guys may or may not have seen yet. You will hear eventually. Waddle's 5th touchdown of the season and 25th of his career. Extra point was an absolute shank to the right. Bucks. 2nd and 10, get about 8 on a screen. It's going to be out to the 38, 3rd and 2. 14 minutes to go in the second. G-Men, 3rd and 2 with the Bears, 2. Jackson Dart behind his right tackle and offensive line. And the Giants are into the paint. 7-6 against Chicago. The right-shirt kick from Minnesota was from 49. To raise that lead, almost blocked by the right gunner for the Ravens, but not quite. 10-3. The Saints have been outscored 82-19 in the first quarter this year. That puts them at 1-9 against the spread in the first quarter only. Worst in the league. Something that surely they're a bad team to begin with, but something that they'll have to rectify. Because Kellen Moore's in his first year. He'll get another chance at this, but they're going to have to get better in the first quarters to have a chance to win games. Although, again, I think the quarterback that they drafted gives them no chance. And the guy they put on the bench at least gave them a chance. Chiefs with the loud muscle car sled. What do we got going on up here? Schuff is 3 for 6 for 65 yards. So there was a big play earlier that led to that field goal. They have the ball back. 7-3 Carolina. Early second. Jacksonville, they have a fumble. First play of the second quarter, but it is recovered by the Jags. Lawrence is sacked. Jets. Third and 13 late in the first. They're in deep in their own territory. Not to dismiss the 14 points they've scored, but they've done nothing with the ball yet. The 2 touchdowns came on a kick return after the Cleveland touchdown and then a punt return. Jets 13 net yards is what Scott Hansen has said. 4th and 1 for the Saints. They go for it, and they do get it. Out to the 37. Clock moving 11 and 20 to go in the second quarter in Charlotte. 7-3 Panthers. Josh Allen, 3rd and 10. Incomplete, and the Bills will have to punt it. Allen 4 for 8. Bills 0 for 3 on 3rd down. Not much else to say so far. It's key for the Dolphins to try to stay on the gas here while they've got the momentum and the other team's kind of half asleep. 6 plays, 80 yards on the Giants' touchdown drive. 2:34 off the clock. Dart's touchdown run was for 3 yards. Slayton had 2 catches, 69 yards. A big part of that. An unbelievable catch that got him out to midfield to start the drive, and then another big long play evidently after that. So a big part of it. Let's see. Saints at the 36. Clock moving 10 and a half to go in the quarter. They run the ball, lose 2 on 1st down. No scoring updates. Everything's the same for the last few minutes here. I'm going to prepare for halftimes. Give me about 2 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm going to leave the audio on, actually. Figures that's the guy that scores the freaking touchdown for the Saints. The only one that's worth the shit on their whole team. Chris Olave caught a long pass, 3rd and long, stop and go route. Good coverage and better receiving. Chris Olave. These Ohio State guys are all animals, all of them. 9-7, 9:21 to go in the quarter. Saints outright so far in Charlotte against a Panther team that has never been good as a favorite in recent years. They've lost, I think, their last 9 rolls in that spot. Odunze having a big game so far today in the first half. 3rd and 8 for the Bears at the Giants 36. 11:35 to go in the quarter. Williams' pass is incomplete. Now they're at the outskirts of field goal range, and I'll be honest. Cairo Santos ain't making a 52-yard field goal anywhere, let alone out here in snowy, cold, shitty conditions. I would expect the Bears to go for this. Again, the Bears, Giants, and Patriots, Buccaneers game. The 2 games I'm ahead of you guys on the feed. That game, 3rd and 3 in Tampa at the 31. Mays pass is deflected, incomplete, and the Patriots will have to punt. The Bears choose to punt. Interesting that they didn't go for it there. The punt's not a good one, only a 25-yard net, caught at the 11, fair caught. Giants take over there. 11:23 to go in the quarter. G-Men have tied it, and now they have the ball. Dolphins, 3rd and 10 here against Buffalo. 12:25 to go, clock moving. They're at their own 23. Have to assume nothing happens here. The red zone hadn't cut in. They threw a screen. Got close. Give him 8. Took way too long to develop. And that's not Tua's fault, by the way. He did everything right. They faked it to the left. They threw back to the right. He threw a good pass. It was caught. They met the first blocker, made a guy miss. Solomon, the linebacker for the Bills, came in from behind and made a really nice play. Dolphins will punt. We are 1 hour into the coverage today here on the SWEATBOX NFL Sunday Week 10. Thank you for checking me out today. I appreciate you all. The support matters and the encouragement matters, and hopefully I'm able to entertain, inform you, and educate you a little bit. Because we all have fun together and look for some possible live and halftime bets. Well, we got a big punt return here for a touchdown, it looks like, for the Jags. No flags on the field. Jags. Parker Washington. Yeah, that's the second punt return of the day for a touchdown. Jets had one. They also had a kickoff return. Jacksonville comes up with a punt return as well. 11:40 to go in the quarter. 17-0 Jags. I think Washington caught a pass for a touchdown earlier as well for the Jags. He's having a hell of a day. Your best receiver, your best running back of the day so far is Jonathan Taylor. He set a pretty high bar. Ran for like 9 miles against the Falcons. But Parker Washington for Jacksonville is setting an extremely high bar here in terms of receiver. Mayfield started 3 for 3. He's since been 1 for 6. The Patriots seem to have figured some things out here. Again, the Bucs are off their bye, so I expected either a really fast or a really slow start. Good mush by the CBS graphics people. Johnson complete pass from Mayfield, first down on 3rd and long there. Bucs have it out now around the New England 39. They've really been badly outplayed. Well, I'll say somewhat outplayed since the first touchdown. But again, off the bye, you never know what you're going to get. But they were great on that first drive. Since then, not so much. New England's been better. I guess I have to stop thinking that New England's the old New England. They're not. This isn't the New England that even lost to the Raiders in Week 1 that I bet against. It's a good team with a great coach. I mean, Mike Vrabel was the number 1 seed with Tennessee in a year that Kansas City won the Super Bowl. I mean, it's hard for me to fathom how good of a coaching job you have to do that. Carolina at their own 45 against the Saints, down 10-7 on 4th and 3 are punting. Punting is for losers. Saints will start at their own 8 after the fair catch. Was not a bad punt, at least. 47-yard net. Yeah, we have the Tagliabue death this morning at 84, and then we have Marshawn Kirkland, who passed away earlier this week. This guy had a touchdown on Monday Night Football for the Cowboys against Arizona, 2nd-round draft choice 2 years ago. And I don't know all the specifics of what happened, but I know he was in a police chase, ditched his car, and evidently had a self-inflicted gunshot wound on Thursday night, Wednesday morning, earlier this week. Certainly and I guess that there were some talks about he was having some mental problems even before this, and his girlfriend had brought it up, or there's some people that he talked to. Sad situation all the way around. J.J. McCarthy's pass for Baltimore's to Jefferson down to the 21 of Baltimore's intercepted. The Ravens took a team picture in the other end zone. 10-3, 6:39 to go before the half. Vikings. Well, they're showing Davis Mills here. Davis Mills and Trevor Lawrence, similar paths to the NFL, basically coming out of Georgia. Mills the guy today for the Texans. Clearly up against it. He'll be a career backup. You can't count him to win a whole lot of games this level consistently every week. That said, he does zing one in here, and they are down to the Jacksonville 38, first down. 17-0 Jags. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Baker Mayfield has a nice play here. Hits Otten for a first down, and then he fires one in on a slant that gets him down right near the red zone. 5 plays, 53 yards this drive. 4 of them have been passes. 8 minutes to go in the half. Mayfield looks, fires. This ball is, I think, incomplete to Otten. It'll be 3rd and 11 at the 22. Browns down 14-7 around midfield, second short, 5 or 6. They continue to show the Davis Mills and Trevor Lawrence comparisons. I guess they're about the same age. Team GFL, FBU, so they must be friendly. Play at the same school. Fourth and 1 for the Bills. Allen sneaked it, but they called timeout beforehand. So the Dolphins have already burned all their timeouts, and now we have a penalty. McDaniel had his red flag too. What the fuck is he doing? I have to be really careful about watching the Red Zone channel because it's a little the feed's slightly ahead of a couple other ones, and it allows me to be too lazy. I got too many games here. I can watch all this stuff. Kamara rips off a big run for the Saints. How about that? I can start watching that game now. God, Shuff, who sucks ass, 4 for 8 for 128, a touchdown, and Alvin Kamara, who's an absolute stud, has caught a screen here from him and taken this ball out to about the 34 is a big gain. First down, Carolina, 5 for 9 for 154. Fucking Carolina, what a piece of shit they might be. We got a fumble. It's a scramble, and the Dolphins got it at their own 5, but the Dolphins will take over. So James Cook, big run. The ball came out at the 22, and it was a mad scramble all the way back to the 5. The Dolphins finally picked it up, and they'll have it there. 9:02 to go before halftime. Miami up 13-0, takes over after the turnover. Tampa held to a field goal against New England on that drive after the start. 10-7. Bucks. Forgive me here. I promise you I'm working in the middle of about 3 chats. One of them is my father, who obviously has blood pressure issues after watching IU football yesterday and then the Colts this morning. Those blood pressure issues going down some from watching IU basketball. He keeps getting the lucky end of the straw about being able to watch my niece play volleyball in the state tournament or in a regular season games. It's like none of them ever match up with when IU plays football. The basketball schedule might be different with the weeknight games and stuff compared to my niece playing basketball uh, as a junior at her high school. But he he got up early to watch the Colts this morning. Obviously, now he's getting to watch IU. They're thrashing Marquette 56-38 at the half. Jackson Dart giving the Bears all kinds of issues here. 4th and 1 for the G-men now. 5:40 to go in the quarter. I'm going to give myself some volume in this. They're at the Bears 19. There's all kinds of flags on that Dart big run. He's 11 for 13 for 146. The Giants line up in a jumbo formation. Dart play fakes. He fires into double coverage, and it was caught, and then it wasn't caught. Bears defensive backs in the double coverage make a really nice play. Bellinger was the intended receiver for the Giants. The Bears will take over. He had it. Never had a chance to get it to the ground. He fell on top of the defensive back. It's a very unfortunate play. Actually, almost intercepted. You'll see the replay here if you're watching Fox, and that's your main game, in just a second. I mean, nothing wrong anywhere. The play fake, the Bears had the run stuff. Dart made the right read, threw it to a guy that was double covered, good coverage, good throw, almost a great catch, and then great coverage, knock it away. Just good plays all the way around. Bears will take over at their own 22 in a 7-7 game. Very entertaining that game has been. Joe Davis is calling that Bears-Giants game. I don't have the volume much on unless I try to fix it when I'm watching it on the live feed on Fox. Greg Olson's the analyst. Greg Olson does a tremendous job. You know me, I've tweeted about this before. I'm pretty much anti announcers at all costs. I believe that they're a colossal waste of time. I trust my eyes with more than anything else. And this is somebody, I hate to say that out loud because I wanted to go to school for broadcast journalism and call games myself. Just for the most part, they don't know what they're talking about. They work hard. They can't educate me much. So why would I listen to them? Greg Olson, as an ex-player, and a lot of them aren't good at eloquently explaining what's happening. Greg Olson's the opposite. Greg Olson's awesome. Greg Olson he sees the game well. He doesn't have any sort of CTE damage, thankfully, at this point. Knock knock. And he's able to see what happens and rapidly spit out his thoughts, and they're smarter than almost anybody else's. So I enjoy listening to him, and it's a shame that Tom Brady got the #1 job because of his name. And I'm not going to shit on the guy as one of the best players in the history of the league, but but as an announcer, he leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, especially, and the problem is they're comparing him. It's because his comparison is Olsen, who's like elite, like the best. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit about this anymore. There's too much going on here. The so the Browns have intercepted the Jets, so the Jets' offensive woes continue, and the Browns with the pick, and then now Jerry Judy's in the paint. First play after the pick, 22-yard touchdown. Gabriel, the lefty, to Judy. God, that ball was a rainbow, just a balloon. We have a situation here in this Jets Browns where if you've watched the game, you see it. Like the Browns are totally dominating the game except for two different kicks, one kickoff and one punt. The yardage is a joke. Everything's a joke. The problem is in the NFL, how do you handicap the fact that you need to make a bad team find a way to win a game? They just sometimes can't do it. And the Browns, despite dominating, are only in a tie right now. Obviously, the box score people, the Barry horse of the world, are going to tell you Cleveland at halftime for your lungs. I'm telling you, it's just too difficult. And the Jets won at Cincinnati, did not doing shit for a good part of the game, and still ended up with like 39 points. Like I've seen this song and dance too much. If you give a team enough life, there's a chance that they'll do something with it. What happens in this Bears game? The guy slides and then he gets kneed in the head. They didn't call it. Okay. Williams slid and the linebacker got a personal foul the drive before, and then this time he hits him with his knee when he slides. It's kind of a fucked up deal, to be honest with you, because he didn't do it on purpose. Obviously, the guy slid right when the knee came in. Moore was in the tent, evidently back. I'll keep you posted there as more becomes available. 7-7 Bears have it. 3-minute mark, 3rd and 5 at midfield. Williams back in the gun, one back to his right. Fires it to the back. That's caught for a gain of about 3. That's swift. Short. Giants are celebrating somewhat. 7-all. They're going to try to force a punt, probably. Tua, 2nd and 14, batted down, 3rd and 14. 3:51 before the half, 13-0 Miami. Tua, they run the ball from the 29 to the 27. Give them 2. Basically a give up to ensure that they weren't going to possibly piss away a chance at a decently makeable field goal. Let's call it that. Whole team offsides for the Patriots, or jump means the center probably made the mistake. 2-minute warning against the Bears and Giants. G-Men did not call timeout. 2:49 left. Patriots 3rd and 7 at the Tampa 40. Dolphins do kick the field goal, and it's good. 3:03 to go before the half. 16-0 Miami. "46-yarder. Cardona's good. The Ravens have kicked the field goal. Loop again. 10-6. This was a 28-yarder on 4th and 3 for Baltimore. Vikings even has done a hell of a job against this Baltimore offense so far. We have 7 games in this window that started at 1:03 or so Eastern time. It looks like Jacksonville, Houston is running far behind, and Cleveland and the Jets are someone needs to get a timer out there to the refs and tell them, like, no more commercials in this game. There's still 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Every other game is right around the 2-minute warning or inside of it. And so we'll have those 2 games will be behind the others. But I don't think we're going to have a car crash this week when it comes to the halftimes with all 7 of them going in at the same time. There's a relatively good chance that 2 or 3 of them will be out at halftime, if not more, before the Jets and Cleveland even go in. Which, if you think about it, the 2 kick returns and all the ineptitude on offense, it's a 14-all game in a game that, I mean, there might not be many more points scored. Quarterback for the Jets, Thomas, being evaluated for a concussion. Aditi Kikwala reporting that for CBS. I'll keep you posted if I hear anything there. Certainly matters given the fact that the Jets are a little thin at corner already. They traded their top corner and the guy they signed to a 9-figure contract, Sauce Gardner, to the Colts earlier this week for 2 first-rounders, however. Patriots have it in the red zone at the 2-minute warning against Tampa. One more time, last reminder for the teams that kicked here, for those of you checking me out here on the SWEATBOX. We're about an hour and 15 minutes into the stream today. Thank you for checking it out. Appreciate you. All good here. We'll run the scores down shortly as well. Cleveland, the Jets tied at 14. Second quarter at the Meadowlands, the Jets did kick in this game. New Orleans, Carolina, 10-7 Saints. Saints kicked, 2-minute warning there. Miami, 16-0, 2:56 to go against Buffalo. Bills kicked in that game. Jags 17-3 over Houston, 6:47 to go before the break. Jacksonville kicked. Baltimore trails Minnesota 10-6. The Vikings kicked in that game. New England, Tampa Bay 10-7, 2-minute warning. Tampa Bay got the ball first. New England kicked there. Giants, Bears, 2-minute warning. Giants kicked off at Soldier Field. Bears do have first down at the Giants 39. So they must have went for it on 4th down and got it. Burns, that guy's an animal for the Giants, number 0. He makes a play. The Bears lose yardage. Clock situation. The Giants, 3 turnovers on downs. And the Giants, so in the first half, what is that? Oh, the 3 turnovers on downs in the first half combined is what that has to be. Okay, interesting stat. Both teams have all their timeouts left. Giants 2-7, Bears 5-3. Bears 2nd and 13 at the 42. That's thrown over the middle, complete for a gain of about 6. 3rd and 7. Clock moving. No, it's not. 1:18 left. There is a timeout. Not sure who called it. Jets. First down to the Cleveland 31. This is the first semblance of any offense at all. Although I say that, and I'm actually fake news. The Jets do have more rushing yards than Cleveland does. Josh Allen, 7 for 12 for 65 yards here in the first half. Dolphins are pulling the same act they pulled against Atlanta where you wonder what the hell's happened. I don't think it's going to change. I like the Dolphins again. Forgive my chats here with a couple of folks trying to see if we can discern some information from each other as we go in close to these halves. It's all to help you out, to help us all out. See if we can make some money here with the live and or halftime plays. Patriots, 10 plays, 77 yards, 5:26 off the clock. They've taken it down inside the Tampa 5. They have a first and goal here. Tampa has burned all their timeouts. So the Patriots, if they run this the right way, they can double bang here. They can ram it in, leave no time for Tampa, and then get the ball back to start the second half. The ball's not only inside the 5, it's at the 1. Fullback I formation, and May went down on purpose. I cannot believe this. That takes fucking cow balls. Sometimes you get too aggressive. I mean, it takes the balls of a fucking burglar to do this. I'm chatting this to multiple different people. I cannot believe that they got down to the 1 yard line and basically took a knee. They're so hell bent on not giving the Bucks the ball back that they'd rather just run the clock all the way out. Hang on a second. I have to chat about this. Yeah, I mean, bottom line, I could have let you guys listen to what I said there. It was a little profane. But basically, I just that aggressiveness. Henderson down to the 1. So now the Patriots are going to have fourth and goal from the 1. It's just a matter of how much they want to run the clock down. They're surely going to go for it. God, what an incredible play of Henderson. He should have been stopped at the 3. This is amazing because if basically my argument was if the Bucks were moving the ball up and down the field, then the Patriots would have been right to try to run the clock out, and they double bang at halftime. But by getting it down here and not scoring, I mean, if they don't get anything out of this, then shit. I mean, there's 2 seconds left. I mean, now what? I mean, you basically taken it all the way to the death, and I don't know. I mean, going for it's a no-brainer given how aggressive they were on taking a knee on first down. Jags kick a 53-yard field goal, which is a layup for this fucking guy. 20-3, 4:02 to go in the first half in Houston. Nothing's at the half yet. We're getting very close on at least 2 or 3 of these things. Gun, Patriots, back to the right, left, throw. Oh my goodness, what a great throw by May and a great catch. Touchdown, Patriots. Diggs. I I can't believe that. I, I got no words for that. We got halftime's coming. Sorry, I'm in the middle of about 8 chats here. You guys know all this stuff. All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what to say. And they basically just flipped them off. Just be like, we're going to take a knee on first down. Good luck. I don't. Oh, here's the other thing about this. No, I'm not going to say that. I could say something. Let me see if I can put this out the right way. I believe that I'm not going to say his name. My least favorite person on Twitter. Um, yeah, I could say this part. Who has the name in his account of that receiver for the Patriots that made that catch, Diggs. Yeah, what another kick in the nuts. Odds Logic has posted the score of this halftime 4 times. So we had a situation where there wasn't going to be a bus wreck, and now there kind of is. Uh, the Giants are up 10-7, 3 seconds to go in the second against the Bears. I don't know what happened there. I've been too busy with 9 chats. New England, Tampa, and Baltimore, Minnesota are at the break. Carolina and New Orleans also are at the break. Did the Panthers not do anything at the end of this drive? What happened here? Hang tight. We got 7 games going on in this early window, so we'll have half times. Somehow the Jets game has sped itself up to the 2-minute warning. So it's actually ahead of Jacksonville, Houston, which is at the 2-minute warning as well. 4 games at the half. Buffalo, Miami is now the last one that will go in. So there'll be 5 of them all within a couple minutes of each other. It just goes to show you can't ever handicap any of this shit. I mean, no matter what you think might be happening or how well you think you set it up, and there might be some space. Ultimately, in the end, the games last an hour and 22 minutes, and then it's halftime. That's it. Absolute downpour in Miami, and the Dolphins coming off to be honest, to some roars. They've been by far the better team in this half. Let me see what this coach has to say to the announcer for CBS. Hang on. I want to hear this. Nick Mangold retirement ceremony for the Nick Mangold ceremony for the Jets passed away.
They're doing a good job. We just gotta recollect ourselves, reset ourselves, and come out in the second half and play more physical with the line of scrimmage, tackle better, and play two special defense. Appreciate that.
All right, halftime next after these first half.
That's a tough interview for AJ Ross. The coach doesn't want to say anything important. He wants to get out of the rain. She doesn't. She has to ask about the offense and the defense. She doesn't get anything important out of him at all. I mean, the key to this game is not the defense. The Miami scoring 16 is bad enough, but the fact that the Bills have 0 is the story. And there wasn't any rain the whole half until the very end. Okay. 5 are at the half now. I'll run them down in rotation order because they all went in. Basically, there's only 4 minutes apart. New England, Tampa went in first. The rest of them have a little bit of a difference. We'll clear the mechanism right quick here. I'm actually going to do us all a favor. I'm going to throw the odds screen up there for you guys to be able to see this as well. I can talk to you, and you guys can see them, and then we'll work together and see if we can come up with something here in the second halves. Okay, so we got a driving rainstorm in Miami. Okay, I've got everything up to speed, I think, here. Okay. All right. Okay. I have ADD through the ass, and it's a really bad thing when you're trying to actually focus and see if you can come up with some possible plays here. Okay. Jets, Cleveland, 17-14 Jets. That game, the Jets have the ball. 1:15 to go before the half. Jacksonville, Houston, 20-10. Jags lead. Houston scored to cut this to 10. 1:20 to go before the half. This gets us down to the next 5 games, which are all at halftime. Let's go in rotation order. New Orleans is up 10-7 in Charlotte against Carolina. Saints a couple of big plays, not many mistakes to this point. The Saints did kick. Carolina, there's as low as 2 at Pinnacle, and Paradise Wager also has 2, and it's also as high as 3.5. The dog 20 at Bet War and also Amapola. So all over the map, Carolina's a favorite. It's been absolutely atrocious, and Carolina, quite frankly, has been outplayed in this game to this point. Whether that continues or not, I'm not sure. I still think the New Orleans quarterback is junk, and I think that their offense has not much of a chance if Carolina plays well. Second half total 19.5 and 20 under money. If not for the threat of overtime, I would like under pretty good at the 20, under 15 level or better. As it stands, no play. Buffalo Dolphins, 16-0 Miami at the break. Just a total head scratcher for some. It reminds me a little bit of what Miami did to Atlanta a few weeks ago. Bills kicked off, so they get the ball first. 10.5-point favorites, 24.5 in the second half. Could only have Miami with the driving rainstorm. Also like under. I think there's a correlated parlay there to be had between Miami and under. Baltimore, Miami, 10-9 Minnesota. Baltimore, Minnesota. 10-9 Vikings at home against the Ravens. 3.5 on top for the Ravens and 24 the total. No opinion at all. I agree with both numbers. There's a lot of dog money. There is some 3 out there, minus money as well. Again, the 3 to 3.5 is not a huge deal in this game with it sitting 1. I would say if you like Baltimore, lay the 3.5 plus money. If you like Minnesota, take the 3 plus money. But on the money line. Actually, no, take the money because 1 or 2 could easily fall, especially the 1. New England, Tampa Bay, 14-10. The Patriots. That game's going to be the first one that starts in 3 minutes from now. Tampa Bay, a 1-point favorite in the second half, 24 the total. No opinion. I liked Tampa Bay a lot before the game started. I can't say that I like him. New England's coach was playing 3D chess at the end of the first half. He took a fucking knee at the 2-yard line. Like, if they were at the dick line and they could, like, basically go down on purpose, like, at the 1, he took a knee from the 2 and went down to the 3. I mean, they had to go get in second and goal for the 3. And then the balls of a burglar this guy has. On 4th and goal from the 8-inch line, he throws a pass to Diggs. May's pass was good. Diggs' catch was as good or better. And that's how they win. That's how they scored. They double up. They get the ball first. Tampa's done very little since the first drive of the game. As much as I think that they were the side before the game, I don't think that they're the side now. The number is correct. Tampa 1 and 24 is right. The total may be a little bit higher, given that there was almost no offense at all for so much of that half, and they somehow got the 24 still. I think I still like over, but it could have easily went in 17. Pass. Giants 10-7 at Chicago. 6 minutes to go for the second half there. Bears laying 1.5 and 2. I agree with that as well. And that could never be 3 or higher, and it can never be 1 or less. So 1.5, 2. Bears 21.5 to 22.5 the total. No opinion. Think it's dead nut right. Only thing that I really like a lot, Miami under against Buffalo, and they're correlated, and you can parlay it. Miami to under in a parlay if you can find it, and they let you do it. God bless you, do it. If you can't, Miami plus 10.5 straight. Miami under 24.5 straight. 2 plays in the second half. We have 2 other games to go. Cleveland, Jets, Jacksonville, Houston. The other 5 are in. You can see the lines in front of you. I'm going to clear the mechanism right quick. And I'm going to mute myself for just a second to take care of a couple of obligations. You'll see me here. Ask any questions in the chat. Here on the SWEATBOX, halftime, Week 10 NFL Sunday. I'm Rex Spires, your host. All right. You guys see what's been going on here. We have some Miami action over here, plus 10.5 against the Bills. Again, under 24.5 plus money is available as well. Another one. I can't in any world fathom that those are the numbers. Like, we'll see. But in what world do you think the Bills? I mean, they haven't even had a sniff. I mean, it wasn't like that they got shut out because they got stopped at the 2-yard line or anything. I mean, they've been beaten by a superior team the whole day, and they've already played this team once, and the Dolphins were the better team in that game. I mean, just really crazy shit. What's happening here? Stingley with the pick. Houston with a play, and with 17 seconds left. So that's an incredible interception by him. And so, yeah, Lawrence's pass, it was a good throw, just a better play by the defense. That's why he's one of the best paid defensive backs. It's proper. It's correct. It's oh wow, Travion Henderson is in for the Patriots, and they've scored 2 touchdowns in less than a minute, and they lead Tampa 20-10. What's happening with the Browns? 17-14, 3rd and 10. Yeah, this play by Henderson, that's his second rushing touchdown of the season. 48 seconds off the clock here. One second. All right, I had to make a statement that I definitely couldn't let you guys hear. There's a couple of guys I'm friendly with that they're no idiots, but I had to make sure because I know what this is a. There's a guy who I'm going to say we'll call him I'm friendly with, who has a lot of people that follow him that pay him for his work, and that especially in another sport. I'm not going to because if I get too specific, you'll figure it out. I don't want that to come this way. He is a box score whore when it comes to second half betting in football, and he will for sure be on Cleveland in the second half against the Jets. I think the line's going to come a half or one, and the total's going to be 19. Everybody and their mom's going to want Cleveland in the second half, and I'm just telling you my opinion in this, and especially in this league. You cannot be a bad team and let another bad team score 2 touchdowns on returns in one half and think that you're just going to stroll out of there with a win. It just doesn't work that way. And you guys have seen enough of the lines, and I'm done with all my halftime work. These last 2 that are coming right now. It's funny. It was a 7-game halftime, and there were 5 of them that went in fairly close, and then the other 2 just went in now. So the other 5 are already out, all of them. The Dolphins and the Jets went into a pissing downpour in Miami Gardens at halftime, and now it's bright sunshine in the second half. You know, what gives, right? Okay. I'm going to give you these two halves, the 5 scores as we begin the second half, and then that'll be it for me today. Next Sunday, look forward to a big week, and then the week after that, of course, we're going to do really well. Also, some other stuff that's coming on Twitter has got nothing to do with football today that I feel at some point compelled to comment about, but today and now is not that time. A lot of it has to do with betting, any sort of betting in the space. Ravens returned the kickoff out past the 30 or so, and they're celebrating like they won the Super Bowl. Oh, this is an interception. So McCarthy's throwing a pick. 12:41 to go in the third. Ravens take over. They try to hit Jefferson again. He fell down this time. It turns into a punt, arm punt down to the 3-yard line. Okay. All right. Dolphins kick off. The sun is out in Miami now after that pissing downpour 15 minutes ago. Big return for the Bills. Out to the 43, and there's a flag. Bring that shit back, boys. None of this celebrating. Miami, on the fucking field. By a lot, preferably. We did end up taking 10.5, and I told you under 24.5. The dog bet on the money or on the point spread was the biggest play. I actually think Miami money line second half would have been a pretty good bet. What are they? Were like 5.5, 6 to 1 easily, right? It's one of those. What's the difference between losing by more than 16 and by 9? Who says they have to even cover? How does it have to be within one score? Okay, let's reset the mechanism here. Cleveland and the Jets, 1.5. There is some 17.5 out there as well for the total. Jags and Houston just went in about a minute and a half behind that one. Houston, a 1-point favorite, 1.5 out there, 17.5 the total. I lean Jacksonville, but can't have them for anything significant, just because the Jacksonville's one of those teams that likes to play in close games. Whether they like to or not, it's irrelevant. They just always end up in that situation. So, it is what it is. The Bills started their own 18 after the penalty, gain of about 3 for Cook on the run. Start the half at Miami. 17.5 the second half total. Obscenely low, but also correct. I was hoping to maybe look it under. Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart read option. All right, let's reset the mechanism here one more time before I call it a day and let you guys sweat these things out on your own. Cleveland Jets, 17 all at the break at the Meadowlands. The Jets have had 2 kick return touchdowns, 1 a punt, 1 a kickoff. 1.5 and 2. Second half prices are going up. Cleveland, the favorite now, total 17.5. There's a 19 under 23 at Pinnacle. I actually like the 19 price. Let them bet you under at a juiced number. Jacksonville 20 to 10 over the Texans. 1.5 at 17.5, give or take. That's the number. Under money showing up at Paradise Wager. They have the lowest total, 17.5 under. You got New England 21-10 over Tampa. Giants 17-7 over Bears. Those are the only 2 touchdowns scored. Only 2 points scored in the second half, both touchdowns. 3 late games. Arizona, Seattle. Seattle laying 7 at home, 44.5, 45. I like Arizona a lot. Think they can win the game outright. Detroit, Washington. Lions laying 7.5, 49. No opinion. Rams at Frisco. Rams laying 6. Home reversal for the Niners. The Rams have beaten them, or the Niners beat them earlier this year. Shanahan has a tremendous record as a dog against McVay. It's probably the second best rivalry in the league in terms of coaches, behind Baltimore, Pittsburgh. It's a lot of head-to-head battles. They're friends. They know each other really well. 6 is available. Take the 6 with the Niners at 49.5. Pittsburgh Chargers tonight. 3:45 the number there. I'll be with you tomorrow. Philadelphia, Green Bay. Packers laying 1, 45.5. Wrong team's favorite in that game, Philadelphia. And we'll also get back. I'll have tomorrow's college football. We'll talk about all that stuff later tomorrow as well. Next week's college football. We'll talk about all that tomorrow. As I log off here, I'm going to work on next week's college foots, so I need to get that done while I sweat the rest of today's stuff. Go Dolphins, second half. Go under, second half. And I have Tampa Bay for the game, small, and then nothing else in the early window. Need Arizona, need the Niners, both dogs in those late games. No opinion in Detroit, Washington. No opinion Pittsburgh Chargers. And then we'll be back tomorrow for Philly and Green Bay. I fully expect Philly will be the favorite when that game closes tomorrow. But you guys know me by now. Anybody that watches know I'm extremely anti-Packers, and I don't like their quarterback at all. So that's where we stand with all this stuff. I thank you guys for checking it out. On the SWEATBOX, I appreciate you spending the last couple hours of your day with me and sweating this out with me. Hopefully I can inform, entertain, and educate, make us all a little bit of money here. Let's see how things play out the rest of the day. Good luck. God bless. Be well. Talk soon.